iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to round number 3. Tonight we are at the 1.5 mile Kentucky Motor Speedway. I am, of course, Brett the Jet here from Turn 3 Racing Network. In with the booth, my brother Carson. Carson, you want to say hi?
Hello, Brett. I am excited for this race here tonight at Kentucky Speedway for the ASRC Sportsman Series. We've seen some good battles, some good excitement over the first 2 races, so tonight should be more of the same.
Yeah, I agree, Carson, as it looks like qualifying is just about to kick underway. We'll go see some cars trackside here in a minute and see who can put the best time up on the board. I think we've seen some speed out of the likes of Eric Papanow, Andrew Payne, and I think Austin Nielsen in practice, so we'll have to see who can come out on top here for qualifying. As we look at the 43 Life Liberty Church machine, we'll see what kind of lap he can run here. Garson, you got anyone specific for our qualifying that might run particularly well?
I'm saying the 20 car of Skip Gandy. I see toward the end of practice there he put up a good time, so he might carry that momentum over into qualifying.
Alrighty, as we will look here and maybe go to the 20 car Skip Gandy as he's about to cross the start-finish line here. We'll see where this puts him as he starts his first time lap. Oh, I think he got the wall, Carson, so that would disallow this lap for the 20 machine. So a bummer there.
Oh, that might have been a bit of an announcer's jinx moment right there.
I think so, Carson. As he will try again here for this time lap, because if you hit the wall at all, folks, your time will be disallowed. With everything going on, iRacing will not allow lap time that you make any sort of contact, lose control, anything like that. So not only do you have to be fast in qualifying, you also have to keep the car under control. as we'll go to the tower here on the side, and we'll see Andrew Payne at the top of the board, followed by Mike Witt with a 31-27, excuse me, should say where I'm reading the numbers. Jeff O'Quinn leading the blue division with a 31-34. There's Austin Nielsen slotting in on P2. And Dan Parmley right now with a 31-37, rounding out your top 5. As it looks like most people are off the track and we will be waiting to go. So this time, Carson, we'll go check out some race info on the Kentucky Derby 150. We got 100 laps around this 1.5 mile track, Carson. Should be interesting. A lot of different lines to be used. The preferred line in 1 and 2 will be the bottom, but 3 and 4 you can really spread on out. You can either try and hit the bottom or rip the top. So we'll see some drivers with some different strategies here tonight. Of course, looking at a nice warm 84 degrees, 61% humidity, so pretty humid out there. 10-mile-an-hour wind, Carson. That's some heavy wind. Don't know the direction they're going, but any sort of way it's going to affect these cars here tonight. I've seen some cars loose off the corner, so we'll have to see if that trend continues. Of course, ASRC is presented by the following great partners. Tagare Property Management. Be sure if you got any sort of property management down in the Carolina regions, be sure to check out Tagare Property Management. Of course, we got to thank our fine folks at PepsiCo. They've done an awesome job with this league, and our great partners, be sure to crack open a can of Pepsi while you're watching tonight. And while you're at that, you might as well crack open a bag of Cheetos or Doritos with the Frito-Lay group as well. They always have some great snacks and just in time for some Super Bowl action. Of course, we got to thank QuickTime Motorsports Media with some great graphics out here and some great wraps. We'll see some QuickTime cars here tonight. Of course, Mike's Custom Garage and Speed Shop, and then $3.99 Esports. As Carson, I think it's time to check out the grid. As we will go through our starting order. Andrew Payne in the 93 machine will be starting on the pole. To his outside will be Austin Nielsen in the 52. Starting third will be Mike Witt in the 26. To his outside, the best blue time, Jeff O'Quinn in the 94. Rounding out your top 5 will be Dan the Man Parmalee in the 710 machine.
And to pick up from there, starting in 6th place is the aforementioned 20 car of Skip Gandy. Starting in 7th place is the 97 machine of Chris Harvey, one of the points leaders coming into tonight, so we'll have to see how this shakes out for him. Starting in 8th place is the 43 car of Eric Papineau. In 9th place is the 5 machine of Nathan Goot, and then rounding out your top 10 is the 4 car of Jamie Beasley.
Starting P11th will be Richard Pruitt in the 24. 12th will be Nathan Henry in the 59 machine. 13th will be Justin Callahan in the 75. 14th will be John DeMeester in the 2. And rounding out your top 15 will be John Sinew in the 86 machine.
And then at the tail of the field, in the 26 car, Kyle Munson starting 16th. In 17th place is the 29 machine of John Kane. In 18th place is the 974 Adam Smith. And then to round out the field, in 19th place, the 108 car of Leo Lortz.
Alrighty, Carson. So just under a 20-car field. It should be a great one as we'll go to the front here. We got a pace truck out here tonight, Carson. So we ditched the car going out to Kentucky. We got the pace truck leading us here. So it should be a good one as we'll look to the leaders to fire on off here. We'll watch the 93 machine of Andrew Payne to lead us to green. As the lights are extinguished on the pace truck, we'll wait for it to make the hard left-hand turn, and now we'll wait for the 93 machine to fire on off. We'll wait for the signal. He fires off, and we are green flag racing here at Kentucky. Time to turn on the afterburners and let him loose for 100 laps. As so far, clean and green going down to turn one. We watch the battle for a second. Mike Witt does get around Austin Nielsen there in 1 and 2. So move the 26 car of Mike Witt up to P2. As Austin Nielsen falls back a position here early, but keeping it under wraps as we look a little bit further back. Jeff O'Quinn and Dan Parmley side by side, still right behind them for the 4th position. As Andrew Payne has started to check on out a little bit, we'll see if anyone can keep pace with him. But we'll look a little bit further back as they continue to race back here with 2 team cars and Chris Harvey with Nathan Goot right on their tail here, trying to see what he can get involved with here early.
And Brett, I mentioned earlier about Chris Harvey, and perfect segue here in the points discussion, talking about points. Chris Harvey is tied for the lead with Dave Payne, and Dave Payne is not here tonight, so we could see a big shakeup in the point standings.
Yeah, that could be huge playoff implications with the 38 K&M machine of Dave Payton not here tonight. That will automatically hand over the points lead to Chris Harvey, so Chris will have to have another strong finish. We saw him on the podium last week. He'll have to continue that result here tonight.
And also knocking on the door is Andrew Payne, the current leader, so we could see how that all will shake out by the end of the night.
Exactly. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy, but it's all going to happen here at Kentucky. As most everyone has single filed out for the most part, Carson, it seems like here early. As we do got some side-by-side action, we got Austin Nielsen trying to get around Mike Witt for the P2. Has some great racing here up front. Jeff O'Quinn was able to defend the position from Dan Parmley, so he continues to hold 4th place here right behind these 2 battling.
And Austin Nielsen, Brett, is a name I don't think we've mentioned much this season, but tonight he's looked really good in practice and qualifying. 2 very close, consistent lap times. He'll definitely be one of the faster cars in this field for this race.
Yeah, I agree. He's more of a short track guy. I race against him a good bit on the Wednesday nights, but glad to see him out here for this season. Hopefully we'll see him return a lot, as he usually has some pretty good runs in that 52 Black Rifle Coffee machine and Bass Pro Shop machine, but hopefully we'll see him out here more often because he's always a great one to watch. As this field's kind of reeled back in Andrew Payne here. You think that 93 car is saving tires big time, Carson?
Yeah, Brett, I could see. I know Andrew's had some struggles with using tires up in the past, so I could definitely see that. That's probably the smart call early in the race.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely would be the move, especially with how much the tires get eaten up at a track like Kentucky.
And then also in second, Mike Witt, one of the drivers who's a favorite in this league, and I don't think he's had a win in this series, Brett, has he?
He has not. He's been looking for his first, actually, I believe, whole ASRC win. Came very close last season at Talladega, but got caught up in the last lap wreck. So he is determined to put that 26 car in victory lane. It'll be an awesome interview with him in victory lane. It'll be very Richard Pruitt-esque with not him believing what is real. So hopefully we can see a good finish out of that 26 car. I'd love to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, Brett, that would make for a special finish. So everyone stay tuned to see what could happen there.
Yep, as we got a battle for 3rd place now, Carson. Jeff O'Quinn trying to make that outside roll, trying to roll the high side, keep the momentum up. He's at least door-to-door with Austin Nielsen. We'll see how he can carry the momentum. He'll have the advantage down the straightaway. Has some great racing up front here, folks, early in this race. coming to click over 10 laps to go, 10 laps in, 90 laps to go. And already some great side-by-side action throughout this field, especially the front of the field. So awesome to see that here early here tonight. As Dan Parmley waiting right behind these two, waiting for one of them to get around the other as they are side by side in front of that 710 machine. That just continues to open up the door and let the 710 keep right on pace with him, even if he is saving tires right behind him.
Yeah, Brett, right now the 52 and the 94 are locked in a kind of synchronized battle. No one wants to give an inch, so this could open the door for Dan Parmley right behind him.
Yep, and as we look a little bit ahead, we see the likes of Mike Witt and Andrew Payne checking on out. This battle's only slowing down these two and letting the rest of the field catch on up as we see Skip Gandy and Eric Papineau right behind trying to mount a charge. As now Dan Parmley to the inside and clear of the 94 of Jeff O'Quinn.
Yeah, now he's got his sights set on the 52 car of Austin Nielsen. We'll have to see if he can give him a run.
Yeah, as Dan Parmley does get a good run off that corner. We'll see if he looks low. It looks like you just won't have enough to check out the inside this time by, but a good run down this backstretch could mean a different scenario for these two. As we look a little bit further back, the next Blue Division driver besides Jeff O'Quinn in that 5 position is in the 5th position. In the 5 car, we got Nathan Goot, who's running P11, currently the second best Blue Division driver out there on track right now. Nathan made it to the playoffs but had to miss a race and didn't have the best of luck, so he will try again this season in that Western Michigan number 5 car. See if he can give a shot for the title.
And Brett, I'm looking at points here. Those two drivers are only separated by 1 point coming into tonight's race, so everything will matter in this battle for the Blue Division.
Yeah, it definitely will be a good battle for both the Red and the Blue Division here for this season, as we're only 3 rounds in of 20, but still already shaping up to be a great one.
Yeah, that's the difference of 1 position, and that could switch the lead in the Blue Division. So that just shows how close the points can really get.
Yep, now Skip Gandy around the 94 of Jeff O'Quinn, so that 94 car seems like he's dropping back a little bit. You think he used up the right front a little too much, running that high side for that many laps?
Yeah, Brett, I think he definitely used up his tires a lot relative to the guys around him. So we'll have to see if he decides to pit a little earlier than everyone else.
Yeah, I can't tell if he has right front damage or not on that 94. It does look a little beat up, but overall it looks all right. So maybe we'll jump to an in-car shot, see if we can get it. We'll go to the Pepsi on board from the 93 car of Jeff O'Quinn. His hood does look a little wrinkled right on the right side there by that roll bar, folks. So maybe a little bit of damage to that 94 car, and that would definitely slow him down a lot. So we'll have to keep an eye on the 94, see how his car is driving with that damage there.
And Brad, how would the damage and tire wear affect the line he runs on the track? Would that have any effect?
So you definitely want to run as low as he can, the shortest distance around the track, to try and resave that right front, because as you start to hurt it, it's only an exponential growth. You're only going to pound it more into the ground if you keep on running hard and running a high line. So He'll have to woe it down, bring it to the bottom, run nice smooth laps, and then with that damage, he's not going to have the top end speed maybe of cars around him, so he'll definitely have to once again stay to the bottom if he can to try and keep that thing in one piece and to prevent anyone from getting around him, as it looks like most of the people able to get passes done on the inside. I haven't seen too many passes on the high side. As Dan Parmley now putting the pressure to the 26 car of Mike Witt in second. He has reeled in second place and now about 3 car lengths back. We'll see what Dan the Man Parmley has to offer. And don't forget, watching at home, folks, we got a caution flag coming in 5 laps. The competition caution a quarter away in this race. That'll allow everyone to come down, get fresh tires, and then we'll see who really pushes it and who saves some tires.
Yeah, bro, I'm amazed Dan the Man Parmalee is pushing his car this much early. We usually see him try to save the tires a bit more, but maybe he's getting a lot of speed while also saving tires here.
Yep, I think he knows that competition caution is coming, so he knows that he can get a fresh set of tires. So right now it's all about track position, trying to pit as close as he can to the 93 machine of Andrew Payne. As we see Dan Parmley look to the inside in 3 and 4. As they come off of 4, they'll be door by door. Mike Witt will get the run on the high side, but Dan Parmley will have the preferred line going down in 1 and 2 here. With Mike Witt that high, that'll definitely leave the door open for Parmley as long as he gets a run off the corner. Give P2 to Dan the Man Parmley in the 710 machine. That moves Mike Witt back to the 3rd position where he started here tonight.
And yeah, bro, I agree that that's probably just a strategy there. Push for positions now, and hopefully he can come out of pits and give Andrew a run right off the restart.
Yep, as we look here, the biggest mover of tonight's race so far is the 28 of Kyle Munson. Kyle is 7 positions up from where he started. He has cracked inside the top 10 already, Carson. I think we'll have to see maybe the 28 try and get to another podium spot here, Carson.
Yeah, he's been the closer this year, so I agree. He'll definitely be one to keep an eye on. He always seems to get faster as the race goes along, so we could definitely see him in the top 5 by the end of the night.
Yeah, I agree, Carson. It definitely will be a good one, as we will get close to the stage caution here. We'll have to see. It'll be at the completion of lap 25 as we see Richard Pruitt into the door of Kyle Munson, Carson. Little bit of damage, a little bit of drama here right before the stage caution. That'll damage both the 28 and the 24. So not only will they have to get some fresh tires, Carson, they'll also have to repair some damage on both those cars.
I bet, though, they're glad that it happened before the competition caution, but that is a unfortunate break there. Just a racing incident, and, it happens sometimes. So hopefully they can get it nice, quick, and easily repaired when they come in pits here.
Yeah, I agree. As we see the competition caution out for this race, some points getting awarded to the likes of Andrew Payne, Dan Parmley, Mike Witt, Austin Nielsen, and Skip Gandy. All getting a few stage points for being in the top 5. So now we'll wait and see what kind of pit strategies come along, Carson.
Do you think anyone will take 2 tires here, Brett?
I don't think anyone's that crazy with this run. Maybe if we get another caution later in this race, we could see some 2-tire strategy. But I think with this many laps still left, I think it's a 4-tire filled up with fuel.
And usually, Brett, we would see maybe a driver or 2 stay out during the competition caution for to lead a few laps, but I think if you want to keep pace with Andrew Payne, you got to pit here. I don't think there's unless you really want to just rake yourself out of the race, I think the move definitely here tonight is to pit.
Yep, I agree, as we are under yellow flag for our first stage caution. Got to give a shout out to Debbie Parmalee cheering on Dan Parmalee in the 710. Always glad to have you in the comments. Glad to see you out there, and we'll be sure to keep the camera on the 710 as we'll see drivers coming down pit road. At the bottom of your screen, Andrew Payne will lead the way. Eric Papanow, Carson, doing your strategy, stays out to lead a lap, gives up the track position though.
And I'm kind of shocked by that. He might be in trouble unless he gets a caution soon after. I don't know. I don't agree with that call there, Brett. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't like it. You get put back in the hornet's nest pretty quickly with staying out like that. But every point does matter, so we'll have to see how he can come through this field and how much extra tire he uses it up.
And especially because Eric Papanow has been really good closing these races, and he's usually one of the drivers toward the front of the field. So I don't know. I don't agree with this call. I would see like a car toward the back of the field staying out for points, but we'll have to see how it works out for him.
Yep, that's the name of the game. All about strategy, so we'll see a lot of different strategies. Eric Papanow will be probably, if I had to put my money on it, coming in next time by. As some drama here, Carson. The 93 machine too fast on pit road. We'll have to go to the back. We'll have to see what this 93 car of Andrew Payne can do. So a big development there. That will hand over the race lead to Dan Parmalee if Eric Papanow does end up coming down pit road, which I would assume he would this time by. As he stays out another lap, Carson.
Well, now with that, he might have a decision to make if he wants to try to stay out. I still think staying out would hurt his chances, especially because the guys behind him have fresher tires. But it's not Andrew Payne behind him anymore, so we'll just have to see what he decides now.
Yep, it definitely will be pretty crazy if he does decide to stay out on old tires. As I think the lights are extinguished on the pace truck, Carson. We're doubling them up. I think we're going green next time by with Eric Papanow on old tires out in front of this field.
Oh boy, Brad, we'll have to see how this goes.
Yep, I agree. Now, a little tidbit for any racer rewatching. I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet this season. I'm surprised we haven't seen anyone pit on the yellow flag lap to not go a lap down and try and get some strategy there by pitting and not having to pit in the pit cycle, Carson. I don't know if maybe no one's thought of it. It would come across my mind, so I bet we'll see it at least happen once now that I mentioned it on broadcast. So
yeah, I bet we will see that later in the year, but I agree with you. I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet.
As we'll keep the camera on the 43 Liberty Live Church machine of Eric Papanow. As the lights are extinguished on the pace truck, we'll wait for it to make the hard left-hand turn, and then we'll wait for the 43 to fire on off. We got a couple Tagare cars up front, some PPEM cars, 3 out of the top 4 are with Mike Witt in third for Ironman Motorsports. We'll wait for the 43 to fire on off. He fires on off, and we are back green flag racing. A little bit of wheel spin from that 43 machine. And once again, Mike Witt to the inside. I think he'll have the position on Dan Parmalee coming out of turn 2 with that inside line.
Yeah, Brett, we'll have to see if things get interesting here. Big shakeup in the standings from pre-caution to post-caution.
Yep, I agree, as also the likes of the 93 machine of Andrew Payne starting in the back, trying to navigate through this field as quickly as he can. We'll have to see how that works for that car. We go back up to the front. Mike Witt to the lead and will lead this lap. So Mike Witt able to get it done around Dan Parmalee. He got an awesome run down the backstretch, stuck his nose on his inside, going into 3, made it stick. And Mike Witt trying to check on out from in front of this field.
And Brett, I think Eric Papanow might be regretting his decision to not pit there. He's dropping like a rock.
Yeah, excuse me. It was around Eric Papanow that Mike Witt got around and jumped to the lead. So yeah, Eric Papanow falling back very quickly with those old tires. And will definitely be having to pit. He's just hoping for a yellow so he can get back on the the cycle as everyone else. As now Andrew Payne, the race leader from before, will get around Eric Papanow. We'll go back up to the front. Well, the 26 of Mike Witt continues to lead the way. We are about a third of the way down in this race, 2/3 of the way to go.
And so, Brad, I know you. I can't talk. I know you've been in this situation that Andrew's in right now with navigating lap traffic and everything. How aggressive or conservative? How much do you got to think about your moves? What do you think Andrew's got to do here?
Yeah, Andrew's got to get through this field as cleanly as he can with saving his tire. You know, he doesn't have to have the killer's pace right now because he is stuck in traffic. All he has to do is make sure he saves his tires better than everyone around him and keeps the better long run pace, because that's where he'll be able to pick off cars as he continues to as the run develops, as the competitors around him cars fall on off, as he moves around into P7 there, getting around Nathan Henry and the 59. So he continues to work his way on up, but got a whole gaggle of cars right in front of him.
Yeah, Brett, the thing he's got to be most careful about with trying to push hard and move through the field as fast as possible is his tires. So we'll have to see if he'll wear out his tires doing this and use them up. I know in the past he's had a tendency to do so, so we'll have to see how it works out for him.
Yep, as we'll look a little bit further back here, Carson, for a minute, and we'll look at the likes of the 28 machine of John Kane. Currently doesn't have a number on the car, but we got some cool stats for him out here from the ASRC boys. So John Kane, a little info about him. Enjoy having him out here on track. He runs currently the 2 pavement series of this and the Wednesday night modified series. Got to give him props for that. His favorite driver, Carson, Smoke Tony Stewart. Favorite real-life racing track and car combo. We got Grundy County Speedway with the super late model. Always a classic combo. Gotta love some short track racing super late models. Be sure, if you've never been, be sure to check out your local speedway. It's always a great time. I know I will be this season. Favorite iRacing track and car combo. We got the 5 Flags and the super late model. So very fitting there for favorite real-life car and iRacing car. The same thing. His most memorable iRacing moment to date, joining ASRC. Well, John, hopefully we can get you on the podium. I think that would take the cake with some memorable moments. I think I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we talked to him last season, Carson. So I think if he does that again, that would be definitely up there on the bucket list. And his goals for the season so far: top 10 in points in both the modified Wednesday night series and a top 10 in the Xfinity series. So some good stuff to see out of the 29 machine of John Kane for this season. As we'll go back up to the front, we got Mike Witt leading the way, but don't look too far behind him, as Andrew Payne is in the second position right now. And closing that gap.
And Brad, we might have to see just how good of a blocker Mike Witt is.
Yeah, I think it's a little early to be throwing blocks, not even halfway there. You know, you might have to let Andrew Payne go on by and hope that he used up a lot of his tires to get around this field, as we see the 93 car look to the inside down the front stretch.
Yeah, I was just saying to make him work for it, you know. Give him a hard time.
Exactly. As Mike Witt still holding his own on the top side, that would get him to run off the corner. So Mike Witt, like you said, Carson, not making it too easy for the 93 machine.
And like I said, I think you got to do that, because we saw how good Andrew was in the earlier stages of the race and practice and qualifying. So I think you got to try to make him use up his stuff here. But you got to be careful not to use up your own as well.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, Carson. You got to back it down perfectly where you're not using up your stuff, but you're making the other driver use up his stuff, especially, like you said, with the speed out of that 93 machine. So we'll have to see how this all works out. But them side by side, reeling back in Austin Nielsen in third. Now he's in striking distance of the two leaders as Andrew Payne gets a good run off at turn 4. That'll move him into the lead once again here at Kentucky. As we got some tight battles going back here for this blue division lead. Jeff O'Quinn, Nathan Henry, and Nathan Gu all bumper to bumper there. We saw Nathan Henry just slide out of line just in time as they go 3 wide down the front stretch here. Kyle Munson with the run on the bottom. That opens up now the door to Chris Harvey, so 3 wide going into turn 1 as well. Nathan Gu into the outside wall. That will damage the 5 car a little bit.
Yeah, he got in the wall pretty good there. Rode it for about half the turn, so that'll for sure will affect the car, and he'll feel that damage.
Yep, some emotional damage to that race car out here tonight. As we see now, Mike Witt losing the spot to Austin Nielsen, and now to the 710 of Dan the Man Parmley. So maybe Mike Witt was using up his tires a little too much early on this run. We'll have to see. Maybe he's backing it on off now that he lost the lead, trying to save some tire that he can.
But yeah, I got to give props to Andrew there. He moved through the field very fast and is already starting to gap the second place driver.
Yep, so a impressive run once again from that 93 machine. And yeah, about a second gap now over second already. So that 93 car is on rails once again for another 1.5 miles. As we look through this field, not a bunch of action going on, but we see the 43 machine of Eric Papineau down pit road, Carson. You have to wonder, will he be able to make it to the end on fuel with pitting just before halfway? So that will put Eric Papineau a lap down. So now Eric will need to see a yellow and be the lucky dog. If not, he's got to wait for pit cycles to cycle all the way back through. Try and get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. Try to be aggressive and stay out through the pit stops for the competition caution, but we'll have to see if he can make up that ground now that he's lost. As Brett, it looks like too we had a driver disconnect due to some internet problems. The 4 car of Jamie Beasley is now out for tonight's race.
That's a bummer to hear. So some computer mechanical problems from the 4 camp tonight, out early in this race, not even halfway through. So yeah, bummer there. But since he was leading a little bit, we'll talk about the driver of the 26 car, Mike Witt, out here. Still running in the top 5, currently running in the 4th position. Of course, from Bristol, Tennessee, Ironman Motorsports driver, nicknamed the Whitmaster out here. Of course, the sponsors, we got Mountain Dew on the hood, Free-O-Lay, and the SGE Esports machine. Some iRacing accomplishments from this 26 car. He is the NIS 2021 Coke 600 winner, as well as the 2021 Darlington 500 winner. He is also the 2020 A Open champion for his division. So awesome stuff there out of the 26 camp here. Favorite type of racing, any sort of NASCAR, some dirt midgets and sprint cars, and some dirt late models. Can't go wrong with any of that racing. Gotta always love some dirt racing. The favorite driver is the 3 machine of the man himself, the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt. Always a great one to look up to. Favorite iRacing track and car. An interesting combo here, Carson. Iowa with the next-gen car. Pretty cool there. The next-gen car did just have an update, a little bit more fun to drive. I've enjoyed it on some short tracks with me being a pretty short track heavy guy, so that's definitely my forte here. As we got Jeff O'Quinn looking to the inside of the 26 of Mike Witt. This is the battle for 4th position on track. And then the final thing for the 26 machine, goals for this season, just to have fun and being good at it. Currently running in the top 5. I think he's doing both. So pretty cool to see out of the 26 camp as he does lose this position. As I see now, we got Tim Rogers in the chat. Hello, Tim. How's it going out there in the YouTube chat lands? His pick is who we're talking about here in the 26 machine of Mike Witt. He's asking, how much gas can one of these cars hold? And I believe it is 18.7 gallons in total with the fuel lines and the fuel tank there, Tim. So this track is located in Kentucky for the track location there, Tim. So as I do hear out the 97 machine of Chris Harvey coming down pit road, so we'll see the first taker on pitch trying to short pit these guys, trying to make up some time on some fresh tires. Looks like a pretty clean pit entry. We'll have to see when the rest of the field falls on through. As Tim, I think if Mike Witt does win this race, I think we'll all be shotgunning some Mountain Dews after this in victory lane. So as we hear this time by now, we hear Mike Witt in the 26 coming on down. An early pull down onto the apron here. That would lose a little bit of time for the 26, but he did have pressure from the field behind him, so he will come on down, try and use those fresh tires to his advantage, trying to knock off some of that time. As we'll go back to the battle for a second on track.
And Brett, he might have been conservative there because we saw last week a lot of mistakes entering pits, especially during green flag pit stops. So you definitely don't want to make a mistake and get a penalty.
Yep, that can ruin a race very quickly. We saw Andrew Payne even make a mistake on pit road already under yellow, so it can be done very easily. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. As with this battle for the 6th position is also some of the closest on track. We got Nathan Henry looking to the outside of the 28 of Kyle Munson. Richard Pruitt also right there in the 24 trying to see what he can do. As now Nathan Henry gets the run. We'll look to the inside going into turn 1 here. And he does clear the pass coming out of turn 2, but Kyle Munson will have the run. We'll see if he looks to the inside going into turn 3. It looks like he will file on in. So give the 6th position to Nathan Henry. As we see the likes of the Blue Deuce down pit road, John DeMeester in for his scheduled stop.
As Brett, this is a great battle between Nathan Henry and Kyle Munson here. They just keep being side by side.
Yep. Kyle Munson is striking on back to the 59 machine, not letting him go. Got to run again now, looking to the inside now. This will give the advantage to the 28 here in turns 1 and 2. And then right behind him is Richard Pruitt now, trying to see what he can do, as Nathan Henry did get the run out of turn 4 and will clear himself. But he does tag the wall going into 1. That will damage the 59 and slow him on down. So a bummer for that 59 car.
And now we're going to have another car join the mix, as the 86 car of John Sanu is in this as well.
Yeah, we got John Sanu in the 86 Luke Oil trucking machine as he is sending it in contact there.
Oh no.
As,
Oh no.
As Richard Pruitt sideways on track, we get the yellow flag. So contact between Richard Pruitt and John Sinu. We'll look at it one more time. It looks like the 86 trying to shoot that middle just gets contact with him. And oh man, some heavy secondary contact, and that'll bring out the yellow. Not what these guys that just pitted wanted to see. So this will throw a wrench in this very quickly.
And that might need some post-race inspection there. That was a little aggressive.
Exactly. We'll have to see. We did get the 86 car with a quick claim, so that contact, the 86 car of Sanu with a quick claim, very gentlemanlike, saying it was my bad. So he will be starting at the tail end of this next restart. And looks like Carson, Tim Rogers got a question for you in chat. He says, do you think these guys will be able to make it on fuel once they pit here for these tires?
I think they will. I think the guys who pitted before this came out now are going to be in the most trouble. And what?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, these guys that pitted just before this that are stuck a lap down, the likes of Chris Harvey, Mike Witt, Eric Papineau, will be out to lunch as they'll all have to wait for the wave around and try and get it on through as we see the leaders coming down pit road. Sorry for interrupting you there, Carson.
Yeah, what is the how much laps can they get off a full tank of fuel?
I'm pretty sure you can get right around 47 laps to 51, I believe. So they should be able to make it on fuel for sure once they pit here. But the guys that short pitted a few laps before, they will be very close on fuel if they decide not to come on down, as the 93 machine will lead them off of pit road. Dan Parmley will have a close race for second. I think he got Austin Nielsen off of pit road.
And Brett, was that a different tire stop, or did he just have a quicker stop?
Yeah, I think he was better positioned in his box, a little bit quicker time from his crew, and it looked like Austin Nielsen had some big tire spin leaving his box and did a pretty good burnout, so I think that slowed him on down as well. So that'll move him to the third position, but we've seen every single restart, the third position guy able to pass P2 on the start, so maybe it'll work out for the 52 for the better. As there'll be 4 cars waved around, Carson, from this yellow. We got the Blue Deuce of John DeMeester. Mike Witt behind him, Eric Papineau, and Nathan Gu all will be waved around with 1 lap to go. Now we got Tim Rogers with the hashtag AskTheJet. Yeah, be sure if you got any questions for me or Carson, use the hashtag AskTheJet or Ask Carson out there for who you want to answer the question. They think, will we see another yellow? I think this restart, Tim, will be pretty wild. I think the gloves will come off. I think everyone will figure it's go time for the most part. I think we'll see another quick yellow as these guys will be on fresh, cold tires. It'll be hard to get off the corner a little bit. I think we'll see 1 car lose it here.
And Brett, it also depends where this, if we do get another yellow, depends on where it is. It might help the drivers who pitted earlier and kind of got snookered by the yellow we just had because they pitted early and had tires to have the older tires now.
Yep, exactly. But don't forget, there's a limited amount of sets of tires for this race, so we'll have to keep that in the mind. As we'll see the lights get extinguished on the pace car here as they cross the start finish line. And that will have these 4 drivers hit the loud pedal, try and catch the back of the field. But that will double up the rest of the field. And the top 5 is looking like the following: Andrew Payne, Dan Parmalee, Austin Nielsen, Jeff O'Quinn, and Skip Gandy, all rounding out your top 5 for this restart number 2 of the Kentucky Derby 150. As we will be going green this time by. As the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down pit road, we will wait for the 93 to fire off. He fires off, gets a great restart. Austin Nielsen follows him through with another great restart. Dan Parmalee with a slow start there. That will put him all the way back to P3 under fire from Skip Gandy now even. So not the restart the 710 wanted to see, as Andrew Payne checking on out to almost a half a second lead.
And Brett, I think the 710 might have got caught looking at Andrew on that restart and it hurt him.
I agree. He definitely was snoozing, maybe tried to anticipate it, didn't realize when Andrew was really going to go, and was in reaction mode, and that's enough to lose a bunch of positions, especially starting at the top side here at Kentucky.
And that just shows how even the little things can make the biggest difference here when it comes to races like these.
Absolutely, Carson, as we continue to see the battle for this 3rd position. Now Skip Gandy to the high side, Dan Parmalee down low. And that's opening up the door for Kyle Munson right behind. Up 11 positions now in the 5th position as he tries to apply the pressure now to Skip Gandy. Kyle Munson gets the run, and now to the inside of the 20 down the backstretch.
And like we were saying, Brett, and I even said, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him get into the top 5 by the end of the race, and we still have a lot to go, and he's already there. So he might be one to watch, maybe to challenge and get close to Andrew. I don't know if they have enough for Andrew, but he could definitely give Andrew a run.
Exactly. As we are past 2/3 of the way done with this race, a third to go, as Skip Gandy not giving up this position easy, back fighting to the inside of the 28, but the 28 has the run down the backstretch. As now we'll see Jeff O'Quinn look to the inside of Skip Gandy, so that 20 car moving the wrong direction, does have some right side damage. I don't know if he got that anytime here recently or if he's had that for a while, but that might be slowing down the 20 Tagare machine just a smidge, as now he is under fire for that top 5 position. As right behind him, the battle for the blue division, very intense. 4 drivers all almost under a blanket. Jeff O'Quinn leads the way. Nathan Henry, Justin Callahan, and John Kane all right there. A great battle for this blue division lead in this race. As John Kane clears Justin Callahan for the 8th position. That puts him up into the 3rd position of the blue division. As it looks like everyone's, for the most part, pretty spread out here, Carson. So that begs the question. We may not see another yellow with everyone getting spread out as they are.
And if that's the case, the drivers who pitted before that, the latest caution might be the ones who definitely get the short end of the stick and are going to be struggling the most as the race winds on.
Yep, because the highest runner of that is Chris Harvey, was the lucky dog in the 97 machine. Currently only up to P10 right now, so has a lot of track position to make up, but he is the closer, so I don't count him out just yet. Once again, we got a battle for the 5th position. Skip Gandy, Jeff O'Quinn side by side. Now Nathan Henry and John Kane side by side behind him. So 2 by 2, 2 rows deep.
So we got contact.
And 3 wide. As Nathan Henry had to get out of the gas there, and that opens up the door for Justin Callahan. So move Callahan around 2 cars in 1 corner as John Sinu gets the wall down the backstretch. Does an awesome job saving it, keeping it off the inside wall, but a bummer for the 86 machine.
That was a good save by Nathan Henry there, and good race awareness by Justin Callahan for everyone to keep that clean.
Yeah, 2 great saves there by Nathan Henry down the front stretch, and then John Sinu down the backstretch.
And I expect we can see more of that as, we got someone. A save. Skip Gandy saves it. Maybe not.
Skip Gandy trying his hardest. His tires are super hot out here for that 20 machine. Somehow saves it. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he got some help. We'll try and...
Yeah, Justin Callahan got into the back of that.
As we'll try and get a replay of that if we can. We'll see if this maybe lends to what happened, as we'll go from turn 3 here, or turn 1, excuse me. We'll be looking at turn 3. We get the replay here. As that was not the lap, so. Not sure where the contact happened, but I heard he did get some help here, so we got 25 to go, and still green flag racing here at Kentucky for the Kentucky Derby 150.
Yeah, Brett, all it was Justin Callahan got into Skip coming out of 4. It looked like Skip was having trouble with the car, and Justin was a little faster. That's all it was. It was a good save by Skip, and keep him going here.
Yep, so already 3 amazing saves by 3 different drivers late in this race, as we see Nathan Henry and Chris Harvey battling it out, and then right in front of him we got Justin Callahan and John Kane battling it out as well. Carson, we look up a little bit further. Kyle Munson all the way up into P3 with Dan Parmley right on his bumper. What do you say for him?
How about that?
Yeah.
How about the run he's had?
Yeah, incredible here out of this 28 car, up 13 positions. The only one close to him is John Kane, up 11 positions. So some awesome runs out of both those drivers. Oh, contact. Justin Callahan into the wall head on. That would be a yellow flag and some hard contact.
And with how some of these guys are racing out back here, Brett, this might have been a long time coming here.
As he is already spun, we'll try and get the replay again here as, oh man, Nathan Henry gets in the back right rear of the 75 machine, hooks him right and sends him into the wall head on. Some hard 3 wide racing, but man, you got to wonder, was there anything else extra with that? As we'll look one more time. Some hard contact for that 75 machine. That's going to be a lot of damage to that car. Not sure if much flex tape's going to save that thing, so.
Yeah, they were all racing hard back here. They might be thinking about championships or something, and thinking add in the points.
But, yep, so inside of 22 go, Carson, when we get the next green flag, will we see cars down pit road? I would have to think so. Get some fresh tires. Now this is where the gloves really come off. And, Tim, we do get the yellow flag. So this throws a wrench in everyone's plan. Now it will be all-out go time. It's very similar to the first stage. Tim Rogers asking what happened. Well, a little bit of contact between the 59 and the 75, and it sent the 75 machine head on into the wall. So that's what brought out the yellow. As the whole field down pit road, we'll have to see who can come off pit road.
And Brett, I'm interested to see if they keep it this aggressive as they were in the middle of the pack, like we were watching there. And hopefully we don't get any more incidences like that.
Yeah, Carson, I think we'll get even more aggression if I had to guess with the laps winding down. It's definitely go time now, if any time. So as we see the 93 machine of Andrew Payne continuing to lead the way.
And it looks like Brett, we as well got a claim on that, so that'll send the 59 car to the rear of the field.
Yep, so 59 car with the claim there. Light still on the pace truck. We're doing one extra pace lap for a lap down cars to get to pit road. So this is where the intensity gets turned up, Carson. Inside of 22 go.
Yeah, Brett, and just wanted to say that with both the wrecks tonight, we've seen quick claims, so that just shows the great integrity of the drivers in this league. That they'll be willing to claim that, accept responsibility, and keep this racing. And it keeps the racing here nice and good. So thanks to the drivers for doing so.
Yep, some great sportsmanship out of the Sportsman drivers here at ASRC. Always a great group of guys. If you're looking to join, be sure to check us out on Facebook, American Sim Racing Club, or the website, AmericanSimRacing.com, AmericanSimRacingClub.com, and be sure to join us for 2 Monday nights for the Xfinity season. We'd love to see you out on track. We'll take in any and everyone, as long as you're a clean racer. Enjoy the NASCAR racing. Be sure to check us on out and apply. Still got some open pit stalls. Get to be broadcasted. What's much cooler than that? I always love to rewatch any race that I'm broadcasted in, Carson.
Yeah, Brett, I agree. Especially with the Brent Carson in the booth. I think it's always makes for a pretty good broadcast. So.
Yep. As the lights do get extinguished on the pace truck here tonight, so we will be going green next time by. Andrew Payne will lead us to the restart zone. Austin Nielsen to his outside. In row 2, we got Dan Parmalee on the inside with Kyle Munson to his outside. And then the next row, we got Jeff O'Quinn on the inside and John Kane on the outside. Both those guys in row 2 battling for the lead of and the winner of the blue division. So a lot at stake here when we get 17 to go and green flag racing once again here at Kentucky.
And Brad, just one more thing before we get going here. I'd say keep an eye out on this restart for drivers to spin the tires, especially on new cold tires.
Yeah, we'll have to see how everyone launches on. The driver I'm going to be watching here a little bit deeper in the field is Mike Witt in the 26 with the 43 of Eric Papanow. Both those guys got strung out from that last yellow, had to start at the back with that wave round. Now can see what their cars have and see if they can crack back in the top 5. As the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn, we'll wait for Andrew Payne to fire on off. And the 93 fires on off. We are back racing here at Kentucky. Austin Nielsen with a great start there from the 52 will not lose second position as long as he can get down by the time they get into turn 1. And actually does not able to. Dan Parmley able to get his nose to the inside. So battle for P2 on track right now. As Justin Callahan sideways does an awesome save there. That car's definitely probably not driving as he would expect it, so a bummer there, but a great save from that 75 machine as Austin Nielsen able to defend the position.
And if he just got new tires, they're already worn, so.
Yeah, definitely already up to temp with that slide. As we see Nathan Goot trying to pressure John Kane here in the 29 machine. As right behind him, they got Skip Gandy and Eric Papanow trying to put the pressure on. As we go back to the front, Andrew Payne leading the way, Austin Nielsen in second, Dan Parmley third, Kyle Munson fourth, and Jeff O'Quinn leading the blue division is in fifth, but right behind him Chris Harvey rebounding from starting deep in the field 2 yellows ago. Now trying to chase down these front runners. Same with the 26 of Mike Witt in that Mountain Dew machine. Whatever's left in the tank, you got to give it its all. 13 laps to go here in this race. It's go time. No tire saving, nothing like that. As fast as you can run without hitting the wall or losing control from all these drivers here. Most everyone is surprisingly spread out, Carson, and where they're kind of supposed to be running. No one really chasing anyone down per se, so as you can see, folks, how quickly people get spread out, how important it is to be aggressive on the restarts, trying to make up as many positions as you can with people being so close. As we look at the 28 machine of Kyle Munson, still up 12 positions, running in the 4th place right now. As the 94 of Jeff O'Quinn is reeling in the gap slowly, we'll have to see if he can apply the pressure once we get inside of 10 laps to go here. But Chris Harvey also doing the same, slowly catching the cars around him.
Yeah, I say don't forget about him. We always say he's the closer. I can see him having some speed here over the last 10 laps.
Yeah, closed up big time on the 94 going into turn 1, so the 97 Sharpie machine all over the back bumper will look maybe to the inside into turn 3, does not. He'll look to the high side now, try and get a big run off of turn 4, maybe now go to the inside down this front stretch. As the 97 will have a big run and do just that. Chris Harvey to the inside, looking to get P5. As he's able to clear him, Jeff O'Quinn knows that's not the fight he needs to have. Jeff O'Quinn still leading the blue division as of right now. So put Chris Harvey into P5, Jeff O'Quinn P6. Johnson New holding his own with Mike Witt here. Both with a little bit of damage to their race cars, but neither getting away from each other. Currently running in the P8. As we do have 8 laps to go in this race. As the battle, one of the closest battles on track right now, we got Nathan Goot and John Kane once again slugging it out with Nathan Henry right behind. All three of these guys racing for those all-important Blue Division points. As Richard Pruitt in that 24 car, I've seen it a couple times now. I think he's one of the drivers that drives it in the deepest into turn 3. I'm impressed at that drive out of that 24 car. And he can make it stick for the most part, so it's pretty impressive to see how that 24 Pepsi machine's driving as he does clip the apron. As I heard someone hit the wall there, Carson. I don't know where it was on track, but I heard someone get a piece of the wall pretty good as Nathan Goot looking to the inside of Nathan Henry in contact.
Turn job.
And Richard Pruitt involved. Carson will have a green-white checkered here. Oh, man. We caught that live there. Nathan.
Brett, I was just about to say Nathan Goot, I think, was the one who hit the wall there and right before in the turn before.
Yes, and it was some hard racing between both those guys as Nathan Henry did maybe come down the track a little too blocked, but Nathan Goot not lifting either, and both of them make contact into 3, and that will hurt both of their nights, so we will try and go.
Yeah, that might be one another one to review post-race, but what are the chances the two Nathans in here tonight decide to wreck each other?
Yep, so we'll have to see what Nathan comes out on top. Now the question becomes, do you come in and take tires, or do you stay out on those old sets? Andrew Payne's got to be sweating bullets here from this 93 car because all it takes is second place to bring the whole field down behind him. If I'm the likes of Austin Nielsen, I maybe think, I got not too much to lose, first race back in the Sportsman Series. I might as well take a chance, come down pit road, see who I can bring with me, and see if we can throw a wrench in the plan. Carson, I said for the last yellow the gloves are coming off. Well, it's time for the haymakers to be thrown this yellow with inside of 3 to go. It'll definitely be all take and no give from all these drivers.
Yeah, I think we're going to maybe see, well, we've already seen some aggressive moves, but we'll probably see the most aggressive moves of the race coming up here in the next few laps.
Tim Rogers asking a great question. Are you guys glad that they took off this track on the real-life NASCAR schedule? Well, Tim, when Cole Custer won it, I think that says volumes for what kind of racing this track has to offer. So we'll leave it at that. I'm hoping iRacing can, not iRacing, real-life NASCAR can get back to its roots, go do some more cooler tracks, not these 1.5 mile cookie cutters. And maybe if they revamp this thing, maybe try and do some different banking, try and get some better racing out of it without using the PJ1. That maybe it could come back one day, but I am glad they took it off the schedule as what kind of racing was coming out of here. Now, it all depends on the package of cars, too, that they bring to all these racetracks, especially 1.5 miles.
Maybe they should take it off the ASRC schedule as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll leave that up to the admins. But the lights are extinguished on the pace truck. That means we will be going green this time by. That will hand the race lead over to Andrew Payne when the pace truck leaves and he can fire off whenever he wants. He needs the restart of a lifetime here to make sure that he doesn't get any pressure from Dan the Man Parmley or Austin Nielsen.
We'll have to see if we have any more wild incidences here down this closing 3-lap stretch.
Yep, as the two highest Blue Division drivers are nose to tail on the outside line, we got Jeff O'Quinn and John Sanu. As we'll wait for the 93 of Andrew Payne. He fires on off. We are green flag racing once again here at Kentucky. A pretty good restart from the rest of the field, but that'll put Dan Parmley and Austin Nielsen side by side. That's exactly what Andrew Payne wants to see in his rearview mirror. As they sail down into turn 1, Dan Parmley able to clear. That opens up the door for Chris Harvey as well. Chris Harvey, the closer, trying to make it back onto the podium for 2 weeks in a row. As Austin Nielsen sends it on in the corner, tries to shut the door. He does just that, so Chris Harvey will see if he can get a run and see if he can pull on down below the 52 machine as Austin Nielsen throws a big block here. White flag, one more lap to go. Dan Parmley all over the back bumper of Andrew Payne. We'll see if Dan has one final shot for the 93 machine. He has to get a big run down this backstretch. Oh, he sticks his foot in it, almost hits the wall, but I think that'll be enough to not do it as he sends it into turn 3. It won't be enough. As contact further on back, Eric Papineau into the wall. But as we see, we got Andrew Payne winning tonight's race at the Kentucky Derby, 150. A little bit of tempers further back in this field, folks.
Yeah. Looks like we got some post-race extracurriculars, Brett.
Yeah, as Mike Witt, not the happiest camper. I don't know what happened there. He did finish P7, but some more to be had. As we will try and find what we can see. As I don't see anything, folks, we'll go back up to the front as Andrew Payne burns it down on the front stretch here. Goes 2 in a row in that turn 3 machine. As we will go talk to other drivers here. As we will go to commercial break and we'll bring it right back with some driver interviews.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alrighty, Carson, we will go try and talk to our Blue Division winner. We got the 94 machine of Jeff O'Quinn. We'll see what he has to say. Hey, Jeff, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, man. A pretty wild race throughout this race for that Blue Division lead. How'd you do it for this 94 McDonald's machine, and how intense was that final restart there?
I think every restart was intense. I hated seeing the cautions. It just crams you back up, and when the cars get tight like that, anything can happen.
Yeah, it definitely throws a wrench in everyone's plan. It adds some bit excitement for the fans watching at home, but other than that, it adds a lot of stress to the drivers. So it seemed like you had a bunch of long run pace. I think you're all the way up inside the top 5 at one point. What were you making work for this 94 McDonald machine tonight here at Kentucky?
I was just trying to be easy on my tires, make them last the long run. That's why I hated the restarts. It's hard to save tires when you're bunched up like that, but still fun. Had a good time.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a fun race there for the most part with everyone battling. You could use some different lines, have some fun, give people some good runs and some clean racing throughout. So awesome to hear that from you, Jeff. So looking maybe bigger picture here with a Blue Division win. How you feeling about these points and how you ran tonight? You're one of the best qualifiers kind of on your own for this Blue Division.
I feel good about it. It's I just need more seat time, more practice. I don't get to run a whole lot, usually just on Monday nights with you guys. So I could stand to run a little more. It would help me out some, but still a blast to run these in this series on Monday nights.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, glad to have you here, Jeff. Always a pleasure seeing this 94 McDonald's machine. But before we let you go and celebrate it for this Blue Division victory, I'm sure there's people you got to thank, give a shout out to for this win here tonight.
Yeah, just thank you guys for having me. Thanks. You guys put on a good league, and you guys do a good job calling the race. It's fun to go back and watch. I appreciate everything.
All righty, Jeff. Well, thank you for being out here, being one of the great racers out here on track. Look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you, buddy.
All righty. Thank you, Jeff. And that was our Blue Division winner, Jeff O'Quinn. Now we'll go talk to our third place runner. That would be Austin Nielsen in the 52 car. We'll go see if we can grab a word with him. Austin, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth.
I got you.
All righty, Austin. So pretty crazy there. Pretty wild finish. What was it like going through that final restart when you saw that yellow flag with inside of 5 to go?
I was actually really upset about it because I knew Dan was on my tail, and I wasn't sure about the restart. I was thinking about starting first, and I called it last second to start second. I think that's what cost it.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like whoever started on that outside line, especially in that second position, was at a big disadvantage tonight on the restarts, and came true on that final restart, sadly to that 52 machine, but did an awesome job defending that from Chris Harvey. Chris Harvey with a big charge there at the end, so you're able to keep P3. How was this car overall? It seemed like you had some pretty good speed in that 52. Was trying to give Andrew a challenge with that run with about 20 to go, it seemed like.
Yeah, 100%. The first half of the race, especially like up to the competition caution, I was just learning how the track ran and stuff, and I was super tight in 3 and 4. And then I figured it out that second run, and then I was holding Andrew at bay at that lap 60 caution, and I was hoping it would go green from there. And I think I had him, running for his money there, but it all worked out. I'm happy with third.
Yeah, third place, not too shabby, especially your first time out this season, Austin. So glad to see you on out here. Hopefully we can see you out some more because you always bring some speed out of that Bass Pro Shop number 52 machine.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Brett. Thank you guys for hosting, and it was fun. It was a good time.
Yep. Well, before we let you go and celebrate this podium finish here tonight, I'm sure there's got to be some people you got to give a shout out to. Thank you to out in the YouTube lands.
Of course, I'd like to thank Andrew and Tanner and all the admins here for putting on this league. It's a great league, probably the best league I've ever been a part of. I think it's fun to have an intermediate, or I would say a NASCAR series, a dirt series, and a short track series. It's such a blast, and I've always had a good time here since I joined.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, we appreciate the great words. I've been always saying if you want some great racing, be sure to check us on out. We always have a great time great group of people too. So awesome to hear that from our competitors out here. And Austin, go enjoy this 3rd place, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you here soon whenever you decide to show on up.
Thank you so much, Brett.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, that was our 3rd place finisher, Austin Nielsen. Now we will talk to 2nd place, Dan Parmalee. Hey, Dan, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth.
I got you, Brett. It's been a while. How you
Okay.
doing?
It has been a while. Glad to see that 71 710 machine out here on track. Always a sweet-looking scheme. How was the car tonight, Dan? It seemed like you were pretty good, but didn't quite have enough for Andrew. It seemed like he was in his own zip code once again for another mile and a half.
Yeah, that seems to be the usual. I feel like if I can run second, that's a victory in itself. And I was thinking before the race, even though I ran Daytona, I hadn't run an intermediate track since the second to last race last season. And all the stuff I've been doing since then has been road racing in the Porsche. So it was really nice to come out, run on the oval, and have a really good result.
Yep, Dan, it definitely takes a minute to get back in the swing of things, especially a 1.5 mile where you got to be so precise in the corners and just try and carry the most speed without burning off that right front.
Exactly, and I also say the biggest secret to doing well in a stock car is to go run that Porsche Cup car. I mean, that thing's such a handful. You have, even though you're not running big sweeping corners like we do on these NASCAR tracks, you just have to have that level of precision and concentration whenever you're driving that car.
Yep, and I tell people they think I'm crazy, but the more you can round yourself, try different stuff on iRacing, I think it's better. Like, I even jump in the Pro 2 trucks and go out there and sling some dirt, hit some jumps and stuff, and I think that even helps my racecraft when it even comes back to short track racing. So it's pretty awesome that you can use so many different cars and tracks and really hone in skills throughout no matter what you're doing on iRacing.
That's definitely true. It is nice to go get a little palate cleanser on the dirt, not necessarily the cleanest thing in the world, but it's definitely a lot of fun to get out there and just turn laps. It's always experience you're gaining.
Exactly. And that's the name of the game, especially with iRacing, experience and seat time.
Oh, exactly. But yeah, it was so fun to come out here. I probably won't be running every single race. But, be out here as much as I can on Monday nights, and looking forward to the next one. We'll try to make Darlington since it's throwback night.
Alrighty, awesome, Dan. I would love to see you on out here. Hopefully, I'm sure when we see you out here, we'll be talking to you here in the booth. That 710 machine always runs pretty well, especially if you throw a long run in there with some tire saving. But Dan, before we let you go, I'm sure there's got to be a lot of people you got to thank, give a shout out to. I saw we had Debbie in the chat, so I'm sure you got a lot of people to thank out here for the 710 machine here tonight.
Yeah, definitely give a shout out to my mom and my dad for watching the stream. My wife, Sarah, for putting up with all the iRacing and other stuff that I do, taking time away from her. And shout out to the team, Papano Performance E Motorsports there with Skip Eric. Got Tagare on the car, libertylive.church. And it's great having Turn 3 doing the stream. It's great having you up in the booth.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, Dan, appreciate you out there on track putting on a good show. Hopefully we'll see you some more often than not here for the Sportsman Series.
Definitely. We'll see you next time, Brett. Take care.
Yep, you too, Dan. Be safe. Alrighty, that was our 2nd place runner, Dan Parmalee. Now we'll go down to the winner of Andrew Payne. We now head down to victory lane. Andrew Payne, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth.
I got a copy.
Alrighty, man. How was the car? How'd you do it? And another mile and a half win for this 93 car. Gotta be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, man, the car once again was on rails. It felt good. I didn't really have any issues of getting, tight or loose or anything like that. It was good. Clean air was huge. I could tell after, making a silly mistake there after the stage break and speeding up pit road, having to go through the field. I really got a feel for it and stuff like that. And being out front was huge. Clean air. I didn't have to worry about pushing behind someone or having the car kind of go up the track or having air taken away. And it felt good. I got a little nervous there if I'm being honest, on that last restart with one of our non-scheduled green-white checkers for the night. I thought Dan was gonna get me. I really did. I kind of got the wall in that second to last run a little bit, and I mean doesn't take much to hurt Arrow on these cars, and but I mean old tires thankfully weren't super old, but I kind of with getting that caution in our long part of the race tonight, I kind of sort of expected us to have a potential green-white checkered, and there's no way I can't take tires, after 20 laps and, effectively do anything. So, kind of a sit and duck there when we did get that last caution. Um, but it felt good. I mean, another mile and a half is nice. Not quite as rough of a surface as Chicagoland was last week, but I don't know, mile and a halfs are kind of a strong suit of mine, and I know next week we're going to Darlington, so I'm really looking forward to going to another mile and a half, especially with how I ran there last season. But man, I was a little more stressed out this race than last race, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Andrew, what was kind of going through your mind once you got that speeding penalty around, I think it was it the first caution or the second? Well, one of the two, and you had to go through that field. What was kind of the mindset?
Yeah, I got it right at the straight stage break caution when we were pitting, so I had, about 70 laps left in the race to go out and get it. And at first, I mean, I was nervous, and obviously I felt a little dumb speeding on pit road because, I mean, I just did it all myself. Don't really have anyone else to be upset with or blame on that one. But yeah, I kind of knew that I'd be able to make my way through the field a little bit. I thought I was going to die out just because tires were going to kind of even out, or I was going to burn them up trying to get through the field. And I got really lucky and just getting through the field the way I did, kind of working without having any real issues or getting, stuck behind someone who was racing, or I kind of got really lucky, just cutting my way through the field. And once I got up front, it was nice, but I thought people were gonna catch me, because I did have to use up a lot of tire getting through the field to get up front, and I was racing hard with some of those guys up in the front too. Had that great battle with Witt and stuff like that for those few laps before I took the lead. But I thought I was gonna maybe get top 5, and really kind of settle out there, and then hopefully maybe pull a pit strategy call when I was planning on pitting. But I mean, thankfully, kind of got out to the front, and they got lucky with the caution with about 40 to go, so we put us all back on the same tires, and from there it was a whole other show of stuff and emotions. But after that speeding penalty, it was not as bad as it could have been, but it still didn't feel overly great.
Yep. Well, Andrew, a great bounce back. That makes it 2 in a row, so I'm sure now we'll see this turn 3 car even more. But before we let you go and celebrate down in Tagare Victory Lane, I'm sure there's got to be a whole bunch of people you got to give a thank you shout out to for this 93 team here tonight.
First of all of our title sponsors, Tagare Property Management, Frito-Lay, PepsiCo, Mountain Dew. Without them, we wouldn't be able to put this league on like we do each and every week. Thank you guys at Turn 3 for broadcasting. You guys call really good shows, and I definitely appreciate it. And thank you, just Turn 3, for being on the car the last couple of weeks. V&H Fresh, Citrus Heights Lawn Mower, Hall Metal Fab, QuickTime, stuff like that. My personal sponsors, huge thank you to them. My parents and grandparents for supporting me throughout my racing career, from real life to sim racing. All the admins for helping put on a good league and stuff like that, and all the racers that come out and support the league each and every week. Without them, we wouldn't be obviously in the situation. We wouldn't probably have a league. But yeah, as much as I want to run this Turn 3 car next week, I have something special in the works for our throwback night. A personal scheme that's really special to me, and I'm looking forward to running that next week.
Well, awesome to hear, Andrew. looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to throwback night with all the different paint schemes, but we'll let you go celebrate it down in Victory Lane. We won't keep you any longer, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you here in the future. Go enjoy it, Andrew.
All right, thank you guys once again.
Alrighty, that was our race winner, Carson, Andrew Payne. So another great race, another great finish. Comes down to a green-white checkered, and they make it happen. So pretty crazy. We'll go run over the race results. What do you say?
I say let's go through this field, Brent.
Alrighty, so Andrew Payne with the win here tonight in the 93 machine. Second place, we got Dan the Man Parmalee in the 710. Third place is Austin Nielsen in the 52. Fourth place was Chris Harvey in the 97. And rounding out your top 5, the biggest mover up 11 positions, we got the 28 of Kyle Munson.
Then in 6th place, the best Blue Division driver, the Blue Division winner of the night, the 94 car of Jeff O'Quinn. In 7th place was the 26 machine of Mike Witt. In 8th place was the 86 car of John Sanu. In 9th was the 43 of Eric Papineau, and then rounding out your top 10 was the 20 car of Skip Gandy.
Bringing it home, P11th is John Kane in the 29. 12th was Justin Callahan in the 75. 13th is Nathan Henry in the 59. 14th is Blue Deuce of John DeMeester. And rounding out your top 15 was Richard Pruitt in the 24.
And then to pick up from there, rounding out the end of the field, the drivers rounding out the end of the field, in 16th was the 5 car of Nathan Goot. In 17th was the 4 car of Jamie Beasley, our only disconnect. And then 2 drivers who didn't grid up, the 974 of Adam Smith. And in 19th, in last place, was the 108 of Leo Lortz.
Alrighty, Carson. So a crazy race, crazy finish, tempers flaring there at the end. Excited to see what happens at Darlington at the close quarter track. We'll be seeing throwback schemes there, so it's going to be crazy. Be sure to keep a track on the numbers because you may not recognize your favorite driver's paint scheme. Carson, what'd you think about tonight's race?
I joked about drivers not wanting to come back, and by the end of it, maybe some drivers did feel that way. There's some tempers flaring, some post-race extracurriculars, but all in all, I think outside of that, it was a really good race. Congrats to Andrew. He had a fast car through practice, qualifying, and in the race. I think most of the drivers will be pretty satisfied with the result and how this race finished up. And overall, it makes for a great viewing experience. I hope all the fans out there enjoyed it. I know I did. I'm sure you did, Brett. And looking forward to next week, Darlington Throwback Week.
Yep, the Lady in Black. I'm excited to see what kind of racing we get at Darlington, see how many Darlington stripes we get. But, yep, and overall a great race here at Kentucky. 100 laps, 150 miles. It was action-packed, green-white checker, drama, great racing, 3-wide racing. Hopefully you fans at home watching it. Got to give a shout-out to Tim Rogers and Debbie Parmalee for jumping in the YouTube chat, commenting, all that fun stuff. Got to thank all the live viewers. Appreciate every single one of you. If you like what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. All the replay viewers, got to give a shout out to everyone that rewatches it. All the drivers out here, the admins here at ASRC, Andrew Payne for this series, as well as tonight's big win for the 93 car to make it 2 in a row. Congrats to that camp. Got to give a big shout out to all the sponsors, of course, to make this happen with the likes of Tagare Property Management. Be sure if you're into any sort of property around the Carolina regions, be sure to check out Tagare Property Management. Also, PepsiCo and Frito-Lay's. If you need a snack while you're watching, be sure to grab the best snack attack of the PepsiCo Frito-Lay combo. Also, got to give a shout out to 399 Esports, as well as QuickTime Motorsports Media and Mike's Custom Garage. Got to give a big shout out to all of our partners here at ASRC. Be sure, like I said, if you like what you see, be sure to check out AmericanSimRacingClub.com and find out how you can be a part of the racing action. Well, Carson, it's been a great one. Look forward to seeing all you guys next week for Darlington. And everyone, be safe.
Yeah, have a great night, all you ASRC fans, and take care. Have a good night to all the rewatchers as well.
Yep, from Turn 3, this has been Brett the Jet with Carson. And remember, folks, just flew by you. Have a good night.